Gamer Feed Radio.
What's going on, everybody out there in podcast land? This is Gamer Feed Radio. What's going on, everybody?
Hey!
We have another full complement of people, dear Lord. We're all here. What's going on, everybody? How are you?
Hi, guys.
Oh, doing good.
I'm your host this evening, Nick Delacave, joined by my compatriots in genius, and I say that with all due respect or something like that, the one and only... pretty in a blue dress, Princess Land man, Brad Wallace. What's up, buddy?
Hey, I'm here. Whoa, that was
that was awesome, and all the noises provided to you conveniently by our most important and esteemed colleague, the slightly few in him drunk Kyle. Pope.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
This might be comical for all of us tonight, and just remember we're here for you. Oh, my God.
You know, it's just kind of one of those things where I was just like, I know I have things to do today, but I just don't give a shit right now. I really don't.
So this is going to be a hot mess brought to you today by all of the things that you can reach us on, including iTunes, iHeartRadio, and what the hell the other one was? The Thing. So we're here, and last week, you may recall, by the way, thanks to everybody who's listening, because you're the best assist. We got a couple subscribes on YouTube. That's amazing. Please continue the love. More followers on Twitter, GamerFeed Radio, Facebook, all the people there. They like, they comment sometimes. More likes than comment, but, you know, it's passive-aggressive. You're laughing, Brad, because it's the truth.
Sure, I mean, I know exactly what you mean.
I know, because it's like your mantra. It's like, Facebook was made for Brad Wallace.
It is.
Excellent. So all the stuff at the top of the show out last week, for those of you that joined us, we talked a whole lot about E3 PlayStation, because there were so many things, and we actually care a lot about
care a lot.
What the Sony is doing, and we'll talk
a lot.
We'll talk about that in just a second. As promised, this is part 2, and part 2 is all about Xbox, Bethesda, EA, Ubi, and anything else that we care to talk about. And since that is a lot of crap,
we're doing more than Xbox.
Oh, there's like 16 things. We're gonna cram it in.
We're just gonna ram through this. This is gonna be. I like it.
It's gonna be really fast and frenetic, Kyle.
I'm happy we're covering more than Xbox because I can give a.
I'm glad that last comment was made not available, courtesy of the advanced technology that we use to record this podcast. But
yes.
Anyway, Xbox, Bethesda, EA, the stuffs. We're going to talk a little bit about all those things today in a whirlwind news segment, all about our reactions to those things. Now, to be fair, I know that there's like 2 of you out there who might accidentally be Nintendo fans. We are too. And so we're going to talk about the Big N.
That's a big thing. We're gonna talk the crap out of that one.
Yeah, but on a future podcast, because we can talk for a long, long time about Nintendo, what we think the future is, and all the stuffs. That will be a future episode brought to you shortly, whenever the hell we can figure out a time to make it for reals. In the meantime, we have a giant, jam-packed agenda, so we're going to go ahead and jump right into that with a little bit of
real quick,
some
can I
music.
make one correction?
No.
Oh, wait. Oh, we're in the middle of music time?
No, not yet. I haven't clicked play because you said wait just in time.
Good. So last week, I think I incorrectly said that the people that made the Infamous games are the people that are making the Spider-Man game. And I found out that that's not true. So I wanted to correct that and say I'm sorry.
To hear everybody.
You say that. Everyone is like throwing their phones right now. Cars are crashing off the highway hearing this correction. I'm sorry for misleading anybody. Those are, in fact, 2 different developers.
I just want to take a
But it is, in fact... I was going to say it's the Ratchet and Clank people. They're the ones doing Spider-Man. Not the infamous...
So, since I've already played the sound effect once in your brief apology, I'm going to do it again. Spoiler alert. Brad was wrong.
Brad was wrong.
Yes.
Very, very wrong. Brad just talks and things come out of his mouth.
And
it's-
here at Radio, we
unbelievable.
love when Brad is wrong.
This is true.
It's
actually
kind
happened
of,
a whole lot more than probably I admit to. But, you know.
No, and
Yeah,
honestly,
yeah,
it's
it
really
happens.
funny because a couple of the guys that listen to the podcast regularly that I actually talk to, they were
Those
dying.
people?
That one guy told me that he listened to the podcast more than once, specifically at the section where we were hating on you, Brad, about how we hate on you every episode, and he just laughed and laughed and laughed. It's so deserved, really.
Hashtag Brad deserves the hate.
Oh, did you see the hashtag? I put hashtag suck it Brad all over all the posts. I told you I was going to. I wonder if it was trending on Twitter. Can someone check that shit?
I'm going to Twitter right now.
Yeah, go to Suck It Brad and
awesome.
see if you appeared, because I put it in the description, in the show notes. It's on the YouTube everywhere. It's all over. I even posted it on the Facebook page, hashtag Suck It Brad. So what did you say it should be? Hashtag what was it?
I don't know.
What did you do?
Something.
Don't make me rewind it. I have to find the damn hashtag that we just...
I don't know.
That's
It's
okay.
very simple.
Not on Twitter.
Hashtag Brad is wrong.
Hashtag Brad is wrong. That's going to be the one for this week. Perfect. The butt of every joke. All right, and so because I officially can start the music right now, I'm calling this a noobs feed, even though it's slightly delayed because it's E3 reveal stuff, but this is going to slowly fade out. Very professional-like, because that's how I roll. And
Textbook definition of professional here.
hey,
It's like Rob never left.
that's really very complimentary to him and not so much to me. But anyway,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, we love you, Nick. We love you, Nick.
you. That's okay. I know where Brad lives.
So do I. I live like I'm literally like I can walk to Brad's house right now.
I know
True.
that.
Me and Kyle live within like eyesight of each other.
That's
We do.
really terrifying. You should tell us all about it on the Gamer Feed Radio After Dark segment. Where Brad will take your 1-900 calls and pretend he's from the Philippines. It could be excellent entertainment. He has that pretty blue dress on. I mean, what happens on the other end is your imagination,
Hashtag
baby.
Brad in a dress.
I mean, what
Yeah.
is it, Brad? $19.99 a minute?
Yeah, I think something like that. Only if I talk in my baby beefcake voice.
Yes.
Baby, come back.
It's okay. I can't even do it. I forget how it is.
Baby,
I'll put it now, baby.
you, baby. I'll change. I
Promise I'm not charging you $20 for a DLC pack.
For those of you who are
What's
totally
up?
clueless, we encourage you to go back into the annals of antiquity, to the many of the prior the annals of Brad's antiquity, to listen to Baby Beefcake, which was probably one of the most hilarious running gags for like 16
Yes.
episodes. I'm not gonna lie. And
What
if you
was
missed out,
does Destiny have a new expansion? It's like Fists of Iron or something? Is that real?
of course you would associate Brad Baby Beefcake's blue dress, 1-800 numbers, $19.99 a minute with fists.
Fist. Yeah, I mean, that's what I was wondering. That's why it was even funnier.
Yeah, no, it's Rise of
literally-
Iron, which could be equally innuendo.
I was going to say, is that much better?
It depends on which end of the phone you're on, but yeah. Anyway,
Oh, Lord.
speaking of, that was like the longest intro segment ever. I'm really proud of us because we tangented
That was
perfectly.
awesome.
It was epic. So if this is any indication of how this podcast is going to go, we are not at all going to get all this content in, but we're going to try.
Oh, we will.
Sprint
It's,
through
just,
We're going to sprint through. So,
it's easy to sprint through. Let's go.
True. So first thing up on the agenda is the Xbox conference. We started with Sony and dedicated to Sony, so we want to give Xbox just a little bit of love. There are a couple things here that are really actually kind of okay to talk about. And the first thing on the agenda is controller porn. Speaking of 1-800 numbers, Xbox is coming out with the Moto X version of customize your Xbox controller because everybody's got to do that. I'm affectionately referring to it as controller porn because you can basically make whatever configuration you want. Thoughts about that strategery?
I mean,
It's
great.
kinda cool.
We get to make our controller anything we want. And yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, it's about it. Astute insight.
Well, I was going to go into a bunch of like different things that I could do with it, but I chose not to.
We are pleased that you chose to pass that up. Brad, controller porn, what do you think, buddy?
Yeah,
it's right up your alley.
Apple did like the 2000s with iPods or whatever, right? Can you like engrave on your? You can engrave something on your iPod.
No, you did not. So you're saying that Microsoft is behind the times? I'm shocked to hear you say that.
Just saying it reminds me. It's one of those things everyone thinks is cool, but no one's actually going to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, we all know Microsoft is behind the times. It's okay.
This is true. They are
wow. Yeah, they kind of are. So, hey, if you're really into customizing controllers, good on you. Peace.
Good on.
You can put your Overwatch waifu on your controller.
Oh.
Mega
Man.
So
I don't even know what that has to do with it, but I just wanted to say that.
I know.
It's okay. I appreciate it, Brad. I appreciate it.
There's nothing wrong with that. Next up is Gears of War 4, which actually had a really great gameplay walkthrough during the press conference. It's one of their biggest franchises. I know a lot of people buy Xbox just to play Gears. It was real big on the 360 generation. Thoughts on Gears 4?
I think I took a dump when they showed that game. I just didn't care. I'm not kidding. It's just like there hasn't been a good Gears of War since the first one, in my opinion.
Wow.
That's not true. That is
I'm sure the other ones are good. I've played 2 and 3. I didn't like beat them all the way or whatever, but like I've played them co-op wise. Like they're fine, but like I love that the first one kind of felt like a horror game, and the others just became like giant action games.
That's because you're obsessed with horror games. It's kind of
I know, but like the first one kind of felt like Resident Evil 4 or something. Like it felt really kind of creepy in some parts, where like you go into these towns and it's like all decrepit and there's bats and yada yada. And the next ones, it just got bigger and bigger, and they got beefier and beefier, and yeah. They're awesome games.
So what you're saying is your avatar on Xbox would be Brad Baby Beefcake to go with your character, right?
Indeed, yes, with the Gears tattoo on him.
Yeah! Oh, that's perfect. You should get that shit plastered right on the side of your face. Big time. Oh, Mike Tyson style.
Face tattoo. Said to Cliffy, "Hey, Cliffy, I got a face tattoo. You like it?"
Yeah, so Gears 4 looks good for people who are into that. Yay, it's coming soon for you. Giddy up.
I count Gears of War and God of War both had like, here's the guy from the original games, but now he's got a beard. They both had that gag.
It's true.
Well, to me, it's just another one of those things where it's just like, okay, you kind of wrapped up the series previously. Yeah. Now you're just releasing games to just release the game and make money. And I mean, the Gears trilogy is amazing. Story-wise, it's incredible. And I mean, coming back to story, because that's my thing, you wrapped kind of everything up with Gears 3, and now you're just like, okay, let's make a Gears 4 because, you know, we have to. And
yeah, we're going to play that Marvel movie hype train where we have to have 17 movies about one thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Even though like the first 3 were perfectly fine, and I mean, just if you're gonna make a Gears 4, make it about something else.
Yeah,
you know, like kind of like what Mass Effect is doing. You know, coming back to that later.
Yeah.
Don't make it about the same characters because you created an amazing story with Gears 1 through 3. Don't tarnish that, you know.
Well, but this is what I mean. Game publishers are getting notorious for this, right? I mean, look, you know that the minute you release that game, despite the fact that the development dollars are exorbitant to pull it off, you're going to sell zillions and jillions of millions of dollars in copies. So it's not like they're not going to make money on it, and you know. Unfortunately, we're fickle, right? Consumers are fickle. We're a sucker for a good sequel.
Yeah, we are, but at the same time, like, it's okay to make another Gears game. Just make it different. Introduce some new characters. Do a different storyline.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, I don't disagree, but speaking of, you know, iterations that never end, Tekken 7, who cares, really? That game still exists?
Oh my god, who gives a shit about Tekken 7? Oh my god.
I mean, I know there's fighting
When
game
have we
people.
given a shit about Tekken since like 3?
I don't understand. Honestly, dude, I don't understand it. Like, I saw the thing and I was literally blown out of my seat by the stupidity of why I would bring that. It's like, hey, because when I punch you, pixely explosions will come off of my fist, and that is so cool in the age of 4K TV. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, I mean, if that's your bag and you're like in it, great, but nope.
Yeah, agreed.
It's the strength and weakness of fighting games. I mean, you can only do so much.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I kind of feel the same way about Injustice 2. I'm just like, okay, you made this cool fighting game, and now because it was cool, you got to make another.
Yeah, I mean, and I didn't put this on the agenda, but that was right in there with that Killer Instinct DLC character edition, and like, I mean, I get that there's an audience for that, and I'm bowing as I say respect to you and your genre of choice. Like, I get that, but like, I don't know, man. I cannot believe that they're selling millions of dollars of that kind of content anymore when you've got these big, immersive, multiplayer, go shoot 'em games that everybody plays nowadays. It just seems, it's like why Street Fighter V did so bad, aside from the fact that it's not a very well-made game, but, people are over it, I think. Really, I think they're over it.
I agree, yeah. Street Fighter 4 was like the biggest thing there for a hot second.
Yeah.
And then Smash Bros. Wii U was really big there for a hot second. Otherwise, like, fighting games are kind of just like, I feel like
fighting
going
games
down, yeah.
Well, I mean, like,
Mortal Kombat, I guess, was pretty popular.
Yeah. Blood and guts.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's not a very deep game. That's more like a flashy fun game.
Yeah, of course.
That's a Brad game.
Yeah.
So, any other fighting game, the only thing they can do to separate themselves from the pack is to add just ridiculous storylines.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
And it's just, and Tekken, I haven't played a Tekken game since like 2.
Yeah, same, like PS2 era.
Yeah, it's
weird. So, Halo Wars 2, Scalebound, Forza Horizon 3. I'm lumping them together because anytime you have a deviation off of the main franchise like Halo Wars, it's always a shaky hand. Scalebound, I don't really know a whole lot about. Forza...
Ooh, I can't wait for that one.
Yeah, so talk to us, Brad, about your impressions on Scalebound. I want to know all the things.
I'm going to go ahead and just say that none of us care about Forza, so I'm just going to let that one slide down.
I'm happy to give you those 10 seconds to Scalebound.
Well, okay, yeah.
That's a Brad Wallace 10 seconds, by the way, folks. So it's not like really 10 seconds. It's going to be the next 10 minutes.
Like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
It's a Platinum Games game, which I love them. And I still have not gotten around to Bayonetta 2, even though Bayonetta 1 is like one of my favorite 360 games. Whoa. I just heard a noise.
It was you.
No, but Scalebound looks fun. It's like Platinum Games' signature kind of action style, but it has like these RPG elements. And I famously am not a huge fan of JRPGs, and even though this is a Japanese game with RPG elements, it's not like a JRPG. So like Final Fantasy 15 is also an action-based RPG, but that one looks a lot more like RPG-y, where it's like stats and moves and like counters and timers, and all that kind of stuff. This game is legitimately just like a flat-out action game where you're like killing these giant bosses on these giant levels. It just looks really fun.
But like that to like a Bloodborne or Evolve or I feel like a Dark Souls. I feel like we've had like all of these, that kind of, it's in that same genre feel.
It kind of is, yeah. So I obviously want to say I don't have an Xbox One, and I'm curious to see how it does. I don't know if that one's going to be like a forever exclusive or what, but in the future, if I'm ever a trizillionaire and I get an Xbox One, that'd be like one of the few games I'd really look for.
Yeah,
for the Xbox owners out there, I would say keep an eye on it because the team behind it, the Platinum Games people, like I love all of their stuff.
Yeah, they're definitely good ones. What about Halo Wars 2? I'm like,
so, not on the radar.
There you go. Two big vomits. Perfect.
I get a shrug. I don't even know why.
Shrug.
That game has a fan base. Like. That's cool, but I don't know.
I'm just not, I don't know, I'm not into it. I know some people are like Halo diehards, we're really sorry, we're not trying to offend. But
I am one Halo diehard, and I don't care.
Right.
Perfect.
Like, I love Halo. Halo is like the thing when I chose to do PlayStation 4, I was like, oh shit, Halo. I'm gonna
Right.
play Halo. But even, like, I don't give a crap about Halo Wars.
Man,
whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So we're going to switch gears because I really don't want to waste any more time on that. There's
Switch
way
gears.
More.
A little early on that.
Oh, good call.
Wow, that was late. Your comedic timing. I mean, you know that the delay is really important, Brad. But I mean, seriously, 5 minutes. I'm thinking you're stretching the principle just a little bit, buddy.
I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry, man. I'm so sorry. Okay, so switching gears onto the hardware front a little bit. We talked last time about Xbox One Slim and the strategy around that, and Scorpio, and the next PlayStation Neo. And I don't want to rehash that. Just to remind everybody, we talked about it on the last episode. So if you want our thoughts on that strategery, check out last week. But the thing that's different with the Xbox thing is cross-play now with Windows 10 is practically baked in. Now I want to talk about this strategy a little bit because we haven't really talked about this ever on this show. My initial reaction to it is, okay, so you're trying to bridge PC people in. Maybe you want them to go to Xbox. Maybe you want Xbox people to go to PC. It's cool you have the connectivity. It's kind of like a remote play thing they had with the Vita and the PlayStation that blew up and didn't work. Windows is a much more established thing. The PC gaming community is a bigger deal. Is it good that console games on Xbox One will seamlessly integrate with Windows 10 and play there too? If you're a mouse clicker, I mean, like, thoughts on that? I don't know.
If I were an Xbox One owner, I'd feel a little nervous that, like, they're forgetting about the console people and basically putting all of our Xbox games on PC, you know? But at the same time, it's like, the fact that you can buy one and get it on both is like a huge bonus. Like, that's the kind of stuff that, you know, PlayStation sort of dabbled in, that Nintendo's never gotten right. But, like, you know, on Apple, you know, you buy a game on iPad, you get the iPhone version or stuff like that. Like, that's such a big deal, cross-buy. Hopefully that leads to, like, you know, better games for everybody. That's the dream, right? But if I were a console owner for the Xbox, I would be kind of disappointed that they might be treating the console people as second-class citizens to making the PC players, like, even greater. We all know how douchey PC players are, so.
Master Race.
What, Kyle?
But yeah.
I said PC Master Race.
Exactly.
Something. Well, anyway, I think it's a good strategy because it does add in more sales. I mean, people can, you know, if I am a PC person, I can now buy Xbox games basically, and I know it'll play on my PC. I have zero intention of ever buying the console. It'll be interesting to see if that's vice versa. I'm not aware. Brad, do you know if Windows 10 versions are compatible on Xbox One, or is it only the console?
I'm sure
to the
they
PC?
will be, yeah. So that means even like a game like Scalebound would work on PC, I guess. So like you don't even have to have an Xbox to play that game. So
exactly. Well, that's my thing. I mean, you can. It'd be really interesting to see how they play out that functionality because that was a big thing that I took away from their press conference, which I did watch, and you know. I wasn't aware that kind of integration was there, and I think it's smart. I think it's good. They're appealing to different people, but, you know, it's Xbox. It's Windows. It's like, Windows.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so before we get on Bethesda and some VR-related news there, speaking of VR, Brad, tell us the latest news on all things VR in your universe.
Oh, big announcement,
news.
Gamer Feed universe.
Big.
On June 30th, PlayStation released their last batch of pre-orders into the wild, and that would be the last pre-orders until the launch of the PlayStation VR headset. Mm-hmm. And, you know, Big Daddy Warbucks here has got 2 jobs, living at parents' house, saving money. I'm thinking, you know what? F it. I got $400 to spend.
Oh my
so
God.
I pre-ordered the stupid headset, and I've got it ordered through GameStop now. So I'm October 13th. I will have a headset ready to go, and I'm gonna play Res HD or Res Infinite in VR, and I'm gonna cry happy man tears because that's the greatest game ever, and I can't wait. And if it ends up sucking, here's my backup plan. The orders were like so strict or whatever, or so limited that they sold out within 9 minutes. And I figure they're going to be way short on supply. If I really end up being disappointed by it, I can sell it and make buku bucks. Holla at your boy.
Wow.
So,
wow,
Brad,
you just said that.
VR headset in 4 months. That's pretty exciting.
Am I talking to Brad Wallace or Bob Saget? I can't tell.
I'll take that as a compliment.
I'm not sure. I mean, did you see him in the Full House Renewed thing on Netflix? I don't know, man. He had like purple hands in one episode. It was weird. Anyway, so there's the VR announcement. So Bethesda, great press conference. They kind of came on the scene last year. You guys may recall all the four of us with Rob at that time at a table locked in his room in his apartment.
Oh, Jesus. My God.
You remember? And it was like a rotisserie chicken in there, and we had us all sitting around that table. But that was the last time that was like the last time we had all the fancy mics and the big soundboard before we upgraded to...
Is that when we went to the arcade?
Yeah. Before we upgraded to a more streamlined, cheaper version of the show that fits everybody's lifestyle. Not that I had any problems meeting with you guys once a week. It was a hoot, but we always talk about that. But anyway, Bethesda last year had a terrific conference. They came out, they knocked the socks off everybody. It was amazeballs, and I think the bar was really set high for them. And this year's press conference was really, really, really good. Also, they talked about games they're bringing to VR and different experiences. So we'll kind of go through the list here just a little bit. There's a couple I wanted to really focus on because they're big ones that are out now and coming. We talked a little bit about Doom a couple episodes ago. I own it. It's a great game. The campaign's amazing. It's super fun. It's buttery smooth. The graphics are amazing. Multiplayer's fun. It's not dumb like Call of Duty. And, they got some DLC and some things coming soon. So... Have either of you guys played Doom or seen it at all?
No, I've seen it, but
it's the game ever.
Yeah, it looks. It's beautiful. It's
things.
Yeah, I mean it's really fast paced. It's slick. They've got some new DLC coming. It's coming this year. It's great if you have a season pass. If you don't, it's super expensive. Make the decision. I will tell you that the campaign is absolutely worth every penny. It is quality. Some people think the maps are a little repetitive. I haven't personally felt that way because you're so distracted not dying. It's excellent. So, giddy up.
Word.
Prey. I put this in here, and this was the one that was like the guy wakes up and he goes into...
Oh, it's so stupid.
Like the mirror and his eyes changing color and he's mutating into a zombie. Oh my God!
Yeah, flush that shit down the toilet. That's like the dumbest looking game I've ever seen. I like the first Prey game. I'm a Prey hipster. I played that. It was right when Xbox 360 came out. Me and my brother saved up, sold some stuff, and then my parents helped for Christmas that year. And we got the Xbox 360 the year it came out. It was a big deal. We got the arcade version, which was the cheap-ass one that didn't have a hard drive. So we had to go buy the memory card to make the Xbox fucking work, which we didn't know. But literally, we had 3 Xbox games for the first 3 months that the Xbox was out. And then maybe my timeline's messed up here. Someone can fact check me or whatever. But one of the first games we got after we had Cameo Elements of Power, we had Perfect Dark Zero, and I think we just had the FIFA game that year. Those were our 3 games. But then our next game was Elder Scrolls Oblivion, which is one of my favorite games ever. But then the next game we got was Prey, and in fact I'm gonna look it up to make sure I got the timeline right. But it was one of the first 360 games we had, and it was brilliant. It was a super fun shooter. I thought it was incredible. But it also introduced the idea of portal guns before Portal came out. So there were all these levels where you had to go through all these portals and shooting all this stuff. And this is like way before Valve's game, and it was just like so ahead of its time. It was fun. It had this cool theme where you were like this Indian from this like reserve or whatever you call it, and then like the aliens come and pick you up, and then like you're on a spaceship. And it was like one of those simple, like keep it simple, stupid games. Like
that totally sounds simple because I am completely aware in common universe that Indians get abducted by aliens and go on space missions.
Right? Well, But this game looked like a BioShock meets like all these dumb trying too hard games. And it's just like, I'm waking up and it's the same thing every day. And it's dystopia. And it's just like, no, like give me, like, this is what the new Doom is from what I've heard. Like you get a shotgun within like the first 5 minutes.
Yes.
And you're just mowing down aliens.
Yes.
Like that's what video games should be. Like John Carmack has the best quote, I think, ever about video games. Just like, stories in video games are like stories in porn movies. It's like you kind of expect it to be there, but no one thinks it's ever good.
Oh my god!
Like it's just something there to loosely keep the alien shooting. Like that's what Prey 1 was. And then this new Prey, I'm like, I'm out.
Somehow you figured out how to totally tie in the beginning rant about you and the blue dress in the Philippines at $20 a minute with weird Rise of Iron references and porn movies. I can't even make it up.
I went there.
You did.
But
this is why we have you and keep you around, honestly, is the comedic value. As we tell everyone, we should pay you. I mean, you should start your own Patreon and demand $1 an hour.
Oh, God, right. Well, I don't get... Never mind, I was about to go to some very weird place. So I'm not.
Thank you for not letting us into that part of your world.
I was about to go to like way weird town.
I would have been like because I love you, but there are things about you I do not want to know, sir.
So we should all be thankful. Let's all say a little prayer and thank God that I did not just go there.
Save it until we're all drunk together when we get together later this summer.
Exactly. Oh, that's going to be the greatest.
That's going to happen.
Oh, it's going to.
Needs to.
It's going to.
Oh, it is? Sweet.
Yeah. I keep saying we're all going to go over to Brad's and grill out. It's going to happen.
Oh, hell yeah. Let's do it.
It's going to be amazing.
That's great.
You can walk over and I'll just, drop in from a stealth bomber.
Nice.
Hell, let's do it tonight. Let's do it.
Shut up. No, I
wish.
That would be super fun, but no.
I kid. I'm on vacation, so...
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm pretty happy right now.
We can tell. I mean, you've been happy since the beginning, and that's amazing.
I know.
Unlike last week where you were drowning in work death, I mean, it was...
I was drowning in work death, and I have 4 days off. I'm very excited.
That is, and you should enjoy every beer that comes with that time off.
Oh, my God. I already have. Anyway, let's move on.
Okay, so, Prey, Brad's a fan, hooray. Now, moving on to, and he saved us from some very obscure view into his personal hand check life that, thank God, we passed up on that. Skyrim Special Edition was announced, Brad.
Shrug.
Right?
I literally would have spent like $50 or $60 on this if it were like 60 frames per second and like technically perfect. But it's not. It's just the same game with like, oh, look, we got new water effects. No, I'm out. Bye. Bye. Bye, Skyrim.
Bye, Felicia.
Bye, Felicia. I love Skyrim, and I had the PS3 version. That version was janky. Actually, funny story. Me and my buddy were watching the Bethesda conference together, and right when Skyrim, I swear to God, this is like the funniest thing ever. Right when Skyrim Special Edition was being revealed, it showed like, here's the Xbox 360 version, here's the Xbox One version, and then it goes to here's the PlayStation 3 version, and then our stream crashed, and we're like, oh, I get it. That was the PS3 version of Skyrim that always crashed. And it was hilarious, and then our internet didn't work for like 5 minutes. So that's my great story.
Yeah, that was really great. So basically, your overrated, your overrated, underrated review is meh.
If it were 60 frames per second, I would have bought it in a heartbeat. And if they made it like PSVR or something, I would have.
Oh my God!
I would have just thrown my wallet at the TV till it broke.
I'm sure that's not the only thing you would have thrown at the TV, Brad. But anyway, the big Bethesda thing came in the opening. Well, quote big. Quake Champions.
They've done like 5 new Quake games in the past 3 years.
So
I'm done with
Quake
Quake.
Champions is coming back, bringing the big franchise, the original FPS, and all the things that they claim back into...
It's free to play, and it's going to suck. Bye.
Yeah.
Bye, Quake. Bye.
I'm sorry, but you got to make this official. The official "This game sucks" is a vomit sound, so I'm going to need you to... Oh my god. It's funny because there's some people who are out here listening to this and they react violently to gag reflexes like that, and they probably vomit too. And I think it's great. We love you. Keep listening.
We don't care about Quake. Bye.
Yeah,
bye, Quake.
Bye, Quake. So yeah, for those of you that are really in it, amen to you, sister. Hooray. All right. EA had some stuff and things, particularly on Star
God,
Wars.
I have to say, their conference overall was like the worst thing I've ever seen. It was the worst E3 presentation.
If you look at, I'm pretty sure if you look that up on Metacritic, where they may or may not rate the conferences from E3, you will in fact, ladies and gentlemen, see a picture of Brad Wallace going "Ugh," and a GIF that repeats over and over and over. That's how muy terrible that press conference was. Followed very closely by Ubisoft, which we'll talk about in just a minute. I didn't put them on the agenda.
Oh, well, theirs was like the fucking birth of a nation.
It was like, ladies and gentlemen, here's a Lanuba, but poorly done. Cirque du Soleil. I mean, it was insane. So EA Star Wars, they talked a lot about the future. The future.
Yeah, I'm done with these stupid developer diaries. Here's what we're working on. It comes out in 2018. Like, nope, bye. Bye with that. Bye-bye.
They even announced the game.
No.
They had the Battlefront VR.
What the actual hell is the point of this? Like,
yeah, they just showed that they are working on things. That's it.
And they just bragged about all of their past games that
literally
some of them are great and some of them actually suck. So
it's like the weirdest thing, literally, yeah.
Star Wars has the most hit and miss history of video gaming. It's some of their games are incredible and some of their games are absolute garbage. I'm sorry.
You're absolutely right. I mean, the thing for me, aside from the biopic that drilled into the past, I mean, they are working on the future of what that gaming franchise means. And by the way, I mean, whether you're a Battlefield person or is it Battlefront person or not, the graphics are beautiful. DICE did an amazing job. I mean, it is photorealistic as you're playing. It's really excellent work. And so with that format,
game offers nothing.
I don't want to say nothing because some people are into multiplayer only, and that's what they want is go shoot you with laser beams. Okay, but pew pew pew.
I literally
hear it.
I think that game's worth it, literally just for the graphics alone.
Honestly,
I still think is the best looking game ever.
I love it.
You made a beautiful looking game with no game modes.
I think it's fun. Yeah,
I mean, it's fun. If you're looking at just something to jump in real quick and shit around and blow somebody's head off and walk out, okay, it's great for that.
$60.
Yeah, well,
that's great.
Okay, $39.99 probably would have been better, but beggars can't be choosers.
Yeah, would have been.
But point being,
you're gonna offer me $60 for a game. Make it a game. Don't make it just don't make it a glorified I guess I hate to say this, but don't make it a glorified phone game. I'm sorry. Just
you just I'm telling you. Kyle, can you go ahead and tell everyone what your Twitter handle is, please?
I don't remember my Twitter handle.
I think it's at Kyle Palooza or something like that, right?
Hope Palooza.
I lied. I remember what it is. I just didn't want to say it out loud.
Yeah, well, I'm happy to go ahead and provide that. Everyone, if you disagree with Kyle, feel free to blow him up on Twitter, Donald Trump style, because that is how you get things done in America today.
Wow.
I don't even follow Twitter. It doesn't even matter. So go ahead.
And you know how I know you're telling the truth is you said you don't follow Twitter, so that's perfect.
He knows the lingo.
Exactly.
I don't understand you guys. You don't even know. Okay, so Star Wars, look, I'm excited to see what the future brings. We have teased in many previous episodes that at some lifetime we're going to get the big GamerFeed Radio team together. It's been a long time. Rachel and Andy and the guys that worked with us early on in year one, and we did a really terrific Star Wars episode that went way over with all the nerdiness that one would expect from Star Wars gurus. We probably should bring them in at some point because I'd be very curious to get their take on, the games that are out now, what the future is, and how that relates into the, the canon, the biblical canon of Star Wars, the thing that cannot be messed with.
Indeed.
This would be a great time for like a Nathan Fillion voiceover, but we're not BFFs yet, so. Okay, next up is Mass Effect Andromeda, which for those of you who are massive fans, of which there are many. Look, it looks great. I mean, what we know of it and what's there, awesome. Thoughts?
Amazing.
I just wish they would show more off still. Like, I don't know.
They didn't tease you enough, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Why you gotta be so hard to get, Brad? Why you gotta be so hard to get?
I think EA is going through some funny business right now. Like, everyone talks about Nintendo gloom and doom. And I feel like EA hasn't barely showed off anything in, like, forever. I don't know.
Yeah, very true. My thing with the Mass Effect thing is, like, there's a lot of promises, and I'm not sure if they can live up to them.
Yeah.
They were promising this huge galaxy that you can explore, and everything branches off into a bunch of different things. We saw a little bit of gameplay, a little bit of cinematic stuff, and that was it. Like, obviously this game is nowhere near done.
Right.
And yet they were promising so much. Like, and the Mass Effect series is obviously huge. Like, just on a game scale, some of the most expansive, huge games. Literally, you could spend 300 hours on all three games and find new stuff. And they're promising this whole big open thing, and I'm just like, all right, that's cool. I'm excited. Please deliver. Because if you don't, I'm going to be very pissed. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, at the end of the day, it's a big franchise. They really can't afford to screw it up. So I think that with what little bit we've seen, I think it's fair to suggest that we will get more news trickling out. There's Gamescom, there's PAX, there's, a bajillion other things that are coming yet this year where the publishers will have additional opportunities to, show what's under the jacket.
Ew.
Hey, I'm just trying to keep the, like those stalker raincoats. Yeah, the stalker raincoats where you're like, I got water. Okay.
What are you buying?
What are you buying? It's like your amiibo dealer, right? Except he's naked underneath.
Yeah, he's back. Dude, I still have that guy's number.
I still can't believe you did that. Do you get, like, weird drunk texts in the middle of the night from your amiibo dealer?
He's like, how's Toon Link?
I made sure I juiced him up before I gave him to you in the box, Bradley.
Hey, yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Smash Bros.
So just for a little bit of a reminder for everybody, because I can totally do this. Are you ready? Let's do a little trip down memory card lane.
Oh, shit.
Trees.
Whoa.
Here it comes as it slowly fades down. Surprise to all you listeners out there. If you don't know what memory card lane is, it has been forever and a million years since we've done one. And I think it's
been 84 years.
84 years. But I think it's only appropriate since it came back up in discussion, and it is, as always, hate on Brad week when we record this show. Brad, at one point in time, had caught the amiibo bug like many of us did because, let's not lie, some of those figurines are freaking sweet.
Indeed.
But Brad, can't just buy things off of Amazon or eBay. He has to go behind a dumpster in a parking lot with some weird dude in a trench coat to collect his amiibos. Brad, why don't you tell us a little bit, just the high level, or 4 minutes in Brad time about your amiibo, where you were, describe the surroundings, the dark, shady, flashing light in the back alley. Go on.
Yeah, literally we were in the middle of recording a podcast, and I desperately wanted the stupid freaking Toon Link amiibo. Desperately wanted it. Of all 56 amiibo or whatever, I really just wanted this one Zelda one and then the Ganondorf one, which I got eventually. But this is the only one they had announced, and I was like, I need to have this Toon Link one. It's going to be my favorite one. And the promise of it working in future Zelda games, i.e. Breath of the Wild and whatever else.
Mm-hmm.
I was so excited about it. In Twilight Princess HD, it works. So literally, I'm on Craigslist the day they come out, looking for one.
Craigslist for an amiibo, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Continue.
Literally, yes. So the amiibos retail for $12, $12.99, $13. This guy had one on sale for $20, and I was like, you know what? Fuck it, I'm doing it. So I text the guy mid podcast. He's like, yeah, I can meet right now. I'm like, I don't want someone else to get the Toon Link. I need to go. So I left the podcast mid recording session and just kind of slowly walked out the door to not make any noise. And I sprinted to my car and I drove down the street and I got to this CVS parking lot in Clifton, Ohio. And literally, this guy and his buddy were there, and I gave him a $20 bill for his amiibo, and I said, thank you so much. And I left. And he saved in my phone as amiibo dealer.
I mean, seriously, you could have died.
Whatever.
I mean, people go on Craigslist and they end up
for the first time in 2 weeks. So wish me luck for that, you guys.
Oh my gosh! I mean, I'm cool. Look, all that hip, fun, new stuff. Giddy up, right?
Yeah, that's all new to me. Right.
But Craigslist is notorious for chloroforming people in CVS parking lots by dumpsters with amiibo dealers, and the next thing you know,
wake up with Toon Link up my ass,
or worse. I mean, two big beefy dudes meet you in a parking lot. I mean, I would not have done that ever.
With Gears tattoos. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's Marcus and Dom. Oh my God! Hi guys. Okay.
Oh my God! It's like the damn mafia. I'm surprised you didn't. I'm surprised. You should have told him that you were a podcast person and you are infamous for wearing this famous Disney Princess blue dress, and they could have put you in their harem concubine, man.
Really
shipped you over to
Thailand.
Oh, $5 saki.
They pimp me out in the alleys of Clifton, right? I heard you like Smash Bros. We're gonna smash you, bro. All right.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my God. Okay, so for everyone,
with that, I'm done.
Hey, for everyone out there, this memory card lane brought to you by the one and only, the cheapest date ever, Brad Wallace. I mean, my God, he can be bought. What? And that's funny that you paid $20. I mean, that's your price per minute. I mean, that's amazing.
A boy's got to do what a boy's got to do to make it work in Obama's America.
I can't wait to listen back to this podcast. I mean, I'm going to have to mark this. By the way, we're going to have to mark this podcast explicit. There have been several F-bombs, a little bit more cursing.
I know, I realize.
That's all right. It's okay. We're allowed to do it. We're allowed to do it.
Brad.
As long as we mark it explicit, iTunes won't kick us off. Oh, my God. Funny.
It felt right. It felt so right.
I'm pretty sure I haven't said the F word this entire podcast, so that's a.
Sure, they've all literally come from me, and I know it.
It's
for me.
It is a huge accomplishment, Kyle, because I remember the last time I seem to recall you were drunk on a podcast, or had some beverages, I should say, before you were on the podcast. I believe you made it all the way to the end, and then there was a random F-bomb, and I was like, damn it. That was back when I edited the shows. I don't do that anymore. This is stream of consciousness. It goes out to print. Millions of people and exposed immediately. So I just slapped the explicit tag on it, and iTunes doesn't boot us off of their site. So winning for everybody.
First of all, not drunk. Just had a cup.
I know.
Secondly, I'm on vacation. Give me a break.
Hey, it's all good.
Oh, it feels so good.
I'm telling you, damn good. That was amazing because I was seriously flirting, Brad, with adding into the agenda an actual memory card lane. So I'm glad we could use you as another example of your 101 ways to pimp So hashtag Brad is a pimp might also be added to
There
Brad knows nothing. So, okay, back to the agenda for Reels. The last thing I have named on here, only because it was talked about, was Battlefield 1.
Shrug.
Right, like, I mean, it's another shooter that's a bit in a past wartime, and like, really?
I hope it does well, just so that we might see more classical war games. But at the same time, like, I'd like a World War II game. Like, I was really hoping for another like Call of Duty, Normandy game kind of thing. Like, that would be awesome. I think, like, you're shooting up Nazis. Like, yeah, America.
Oh my god!
I don't know. Maybe when Trump becomes president, he'll like make it the law that every game has to be a World War II game. Or something. I don't know.
And with characters that say "America."
Can we not go into that?
We won't.
Wait. This is not a remake?
No, Battlefield 1 is like a World War I shooter.
Oh.
Yeah, it's weird. It looks okay, I guess.
No, I thought it looked sweet. Like, I'm genuinely excited for this game.
Yeah, they made Battlefield 1942 back in the day, and that game was pretty fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I think it looks awesome. I'm stoked for it. Looks like a shooter down my alley.
Yeah.
I'm still kind of a history, not buff, but like I like historic settings in video games. So like,
yeah.
I'm genuinely excited for this game. That's just my 2 cents. I don't know.
No, it's good. So the only other thing that wasn't on the agenda specifically, as I mentioned before, was Ubisoft, because once you get past the Cirque du Soleil, Barnum and Bailey act, for the first 2 minutes, which was incredibly awkward. It actually reminded me of the last Nintendo E3 press conference on stage where they had the weird gates that were like bows from Nintendo Land.
Oh, yeah.
It was atrocious. So, anyway.
Poor Nintendo.
I mean, I get eccentric, but for real. But no, Ubisoft, my main takeaway from that was two bits. The first one is there's a lot of stuff that they're working on, including expansions, DLCs for games that are already out that are plagued with all kinds of very now classic Ubisoft issues. I mean, you buy Assassin's Creed, the shit doesn't work. You buy The Division, it works until they patch it, and then it doesn't work, which seems to be the story lately with everybody who has a perpetual open world environment game. But the one thing that they did do that turned some heads was oh my gosh, I can't remember the name of it now. The open world sports game. Is it Steel? Starts with an S.
I forget.
Why am I escaping?
I know what you're talking about.
It's only because I wasn't prepared and didn't put it in here. But anyway, the idea is to have the same open world concept that we see, like a Destiny, like a Division, like Elder Scrolls, like all those other things, and make it a sports game instead. With different kinds of things.
That's what it's called. Steep.
Yeah. Good, I got it. So
it should have been the name of their tea brewing game. Steep. You steep your tea bag for 5 minutes.
But these are the French.
Any tea drinkers out there, you guys? Steep.
It's the French, so they don't do tea. But anyway, but look, I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, I think it's an interesting concept. They were getting a lot of accolades for, kind of treading new ground. All under the very suspicious looming eye of Vivendi Universal, right? Who might try to do like some kind of hostile takeover of Ubisoft, like they did.
Yeah, I've heard about that. It
got a lot of attention. In fact, Jeff Keighley, IGN, all the people that did any of the live shows, met with the CEO Guillermo, because his brother owned what was the other company that got hostile taken over by another big media corporation.
Oh yeah, it starts with the letter I, right? I can't think of their name.
Yeah, something like that. And so now Ubisoft has been kind of repositioning itself and doing like stock buyback and a bunch of other things to protect themselves. But honestly, when your quality is always in question, like I can tell you. I loved The Division when it first came out, even when it had issues. And then once the patches started coming out and the expansions and everything broke, it reminded me why I should have never broken down and gotten an Ubisoft game, because they all are just so bad. when it comes to that.
Yeah, I haven't bought a Ubisoft. I can't think of the last Ubisoft game I bought.
I will never buy another one. I will never buy another one. That was it for me. So I don't care how great Steep is. I don't care if you can snowboard right off a mountain directly into Craigslist into Brad's phone with the amiibo dealer. I'm not playing it.
Yeah. Shrug.
So that's that. The final thing on the agenda, is there anything I missed? Any other topics? We've got just a few minutes that we could squeeze it in before I wrap the show. Did I miss anything? That was a lot of crap.
That was a lot of crap.
And we still managed to squeeze in random fun. I mean, come on, dude.
Yeah. I mean, hell, our show was like 10 minutes.
Honestly, it kind of was. I'm not gonna lie.
No, that was a literal thing I was trying to point out there. It's been great. It's been good.
Yeah, it was a good show. Speaking of a good show, we have all kinds of things to remind you of. If you're a big fan and quality listener of the show, you can check us out on iTunes, iHeartRadio, TuneIn, Spreaker, anywhere that you aggregate a podcast, you can check us out for faux show. We're on Twitter at GamerFeed Radio, GamerFeedRadio.com, our website. You can get all the podcasts there. We're on YouTube. Search for GamerFeed Radio. You can subscribe. Please, please, please. We would love for you to subscribe to all the podcasts so you can get all the updates for all the shows and the things. Of course, we're on Facebook and God knows a million other places. So hopefully you enjoyed the show today. We had all kinds of great news, tidbits, and information. In the meantime, gamers, until next time, peace!
X